Hi guys. On day 2 of my Manali visit, I went today and visited a small monastery at the outskirts of Manali and met a Buddhist monk. Since I was deeply intrigued as to what is it which provides such mental fortitude, great strength and resolve to the Buddhist monks over there. So I met an elderly monk and I asked him this question, that what is the secret of such great mental tenacity? And imagine my surprise when he realized and told me that there's not one, but 3 secrets of a great mental strength. And he said, I'm going to tell you 3 stories about 3 gurus, 3 preachers from whom we have learned various secrets of success. Now, the first story which he told me was that once upon a time, a few years back, in a state of very simple, devoted concentration, he went to a pilgrimage. He entered a village and he had been very hungry for days. So he took shelter in a very small hut. So there was a very simple looking man who let him in and gave him some food. So over the days, the Buddhist monk came to realize that this person was actually a petty thief with no other means of income but the small thefts that he would do at night. There had been many a days where he had not been able to get anyone from whom to steal. So for almost a week, they had been in a penurious state without any food. So that night was a big festival over there, and the thief was very confident to somehow land his hands on something. But when, around the dawn time, he came back empty-handed, and the monk asked him, how was it? Were you able to get something? And the thief replied, with great smile, beaming confidence on his face, oh, today was a bad day. I came back empty-handed, but don't worry, I'm very optimistic. Tomorrow's going to be a better day and I'm surely going to get something tomorrow. And the monk realized that as the first teacher, that even in the face of adversity, remaining optimistic is the first great sign of a true leader. Irrespective of whichever stream of life you are in, a teacher, a corporate CEO, a salesperson, an accountant, an advocate, there are going to be days which are really going to be dark. You're going to feel yourself as if at the bottom of a pit. At those moments, according to the Buddhist monk, it's vital for all of us to remain optimistic about a better tomorrow. And so long as we are able to remain optimistic, we will be doing our efforts with much greater rejuvenation. That, the monk told, was the first teacher of life. The thief who was optimistic even in adversity. And then I asked, who's the second teacher? For which he said another story. This time, he spoke about a dog. So the monk had a small pet dog. So what he would do is that typically he would let the dog free in the morning, and the dog was very fond of a lake nearby and he would go over there. However, the moment the dog would reach nearer to the lake and would like to look inside the water, he would see his own reflection and would get absolutely scared because he had no idea how precisely he looked. And with great fear, he would run back and come back into the house. The monk saw this for a few days and was really intrigued. Then one fine day, as the monk observed, this dog decided to take a very courageous decision. Very fearlessly, he just moved to the pond and without any hesitation looked inside, saw his reflection, his greatest moment of fear. But instead of backing off, he simply plunged in and just jumped inside and was able to swim to the other side with great confidence without any fear. And that day, the monk realized that the second teacher was this courageous dog who was ready to face his fears without any compunction, without any remorse, without any reservations. So in our ability to try and face our greatest fears, which for all of us could be different. For a teacher, a fear may be a specific subject which he is weak at. For a corporate leader, the fear may be a specific marketing zone, a specific financing proposal. So are you avoiding your fears, or like the second preacher of the monk, are you jumping inside the pond fearlessly? That becomes the second teacher of the Buddhist monk's life, that be like that ferocious, courageous dog who decided to face his fears. And then I asked the monk that, sir, what's the third guru? What's the third lesson? For which he explained a very deep and profound theory. And he spoke about an incident when he was still young and went inside a monk's monastery which was relatively dark. And there was an elderly monk who was carrying a candle. And there was a flame lit, so the candle was spreading light everywhere. So this monk asked the senior monk that, sir, where is the light coming from? And what did the senior monk do? He blew on the candle, just whiffed with his hand, and the candle was off. And the senior monk said that now the light is gone. So instead of asking, where is the light coming from? Please tell me, where has it gone? And that senior monk taught this monk the third greatest lesson. The light, my respected friends, is neither coming from anywhere nor going anywhere. It's there, right there inside all of you. The ability to recognize that you have the entire supreme power of the universe. Precisely like Lord Krishna also said, the entire Brahmastra is residing right inside you. The ability to recognize that you have the power, you have the great energy, you have the great resourcefulness to become someone who you can, so long as you tirelessly strive, was the third lesson which that candle light taught this particular monk. So my dear wonderful friends, today on day 2 at Manali, I wish to share this episode that in our lives, if we want to have fortitude, great strength, ability to pursue our missions, irrespective of we are a corporate CEO or we are a homemaker, always remember these 3 gurus. The thief who taught us to have great optimism even in adversity. The dog who taught to face the fears with great courage. And finally, the candlelight which taught that the light isn't coming or going from anywhere. The light is there, right inside you. So let's remember to be optimistic in adversity, courageous to face our fears, and finally to have a recognition of the light which is residing right there within us. I love you all. God bless you.